Come on, you.
I always think, like I'm on my deathbed and I'm looking back on my life.
Mate.
Like, times like this.
This pain's nothing, bro.
You just wish.
Come on, bro. I'm fucked.
You too, bro. Hey, bro.
Easy. Come on, bro. Everything you got here. Come on.
Struggling, man.
Don't stop, bro. Come on. You got this. This is it, bro. Fucking love it.
This is the bit where you get better, man.
Come on.
Whatever we're fucking done is nothing. This bit now, in the mind. Let's go, bro. Legs are fucked, but
I'm telling you, you've got this in you, man.
I don't care. I actually don't care.
Electrolytes. Right, so people, I know it has been a minute, but we are back with another video, and it's a big one, and it's also the start of a regular series that's going to be going down on the channel, documenting my journey to my first Hyrox event. We're about to go deep into the juiciest block of training, and honestly I feel like it's a bit long for a block of training, but there's going to be stages to it, alright? But I want to be making sure that around April, May time I'm in the best shape of my life to complete my first Hyrox event. I tried to get London Hyrox tickets, wasn't possible. So now we're looking at Rimini. Obviously I'm on the Rocks tickets app, but that's around the time that I want to be looking at and be in my best shape possible. So it starts now. Obviously we've still been training. The weeks have been a bit disjointed with my football and having midweek matches, but now we've got to lock in. So from our zone 2 work, which is a big emphasis to start, running and becoming an absolute beast of a runner is a big focus. Naturally, I'm always good around like the 5k distances or my interval work. I'm really good at handling lactate acid. My body's proven that, and that's why the times in my 5ks, things like that, are always pretty good. Where I feel like I'm behind a lot of the top athletes in the Hyrox space is my aerobic ability. I've never had like an endurance background. I come from a football background, so my general heart rate efficiency can be so much better. And I feel like if I have that emphasis, especially to start this big training block, I feel like we could be very dangerous. But that being said, I am waffling. We have just come off the back of a big training week. We had a hard day yesterday, so today's a bit of a down day. We've got some strength work, some zone 2 work, but first need to get some client work done, consume some coffee. But yeah, let's get after it.
Yo, I know you're an introvert, but we get lonely too. I'm here if you're under it, but it don't help that your ex ain't over you. Let's roll up 41, pro up 1942. Morning blending frozen fruits. Health is wealth, so we assume. I get you so in the mood. See the smile, you know it's true. Thinking about the day before today got me slow in the booth. Go through highs and lows, and I'm still rocking with the sober you. How nobody take you off the market got me so confused. Okay, you're a popular loner with a lot on your shoulder. You got a lot on your trunk. Wanna talk and then you go bottle it up.
Oh boys, this is a bit of a throwback, yeah? But lock this in to your playlist. Oh, we're gonna go flowy.
I need me a little baby who gon' listen. Girl, I don't wanna be the one you ignorant. My mama told me, boy, make a decision. Right now I gotta keep a ton of vision. I need me a little baby who gon' listen. Girl, I don't wanna be the one you ignorant. Look cold that they don't like to see you winning. They wanna see you in a penitentiary. I need me a little baby who gon' listen. Girl, I don't wanna be the one you ignorant. My mama told me, boy, make a decision. Right now I gotta keep a ton of vision. They sending all my homies on a
Right, so boys, let's talk through the threshold session. I enjoyed that, man. The sun's out, like I am gassed for summer. Do you know what? I was actually really happy with the speeds I was able to hit. Haven't ran outside fast for a while, and obviously there's always that little bit of like, is the treadmill just boosting my ego? But I was able to hold good speeds without my heart rate going out of control for like decent periods of time. And when my heart rate did start coming up, I obviously just pulled back a bit. It's also one of those, like this Whoop band of mine has been playing up recently. It'll randomly just spike to like over 170 BPMs. I've actually got a running watch, should be arriving tomorrow. We held good speeds, we kept the work quite concentrated, just because of all the volume we already have in our legs. So a nice introduction, bit of a confidence booster. Essentially the aim is, for those in these threshold sessions, I want to get to the point where I can hold those types of speeds like 310 per kilometer, 320 per kilometer for like a longer duration, but without it causing my heart rate to go go crazy. So it's like a comfortably hard pace. And obviously as you get fitter, your speed should increase, but also your ability to sustain those faster speeds for longer will get better. It won't cost your heart rate as much. So as we hop into our second session of the day, I've got to the point where I am reasonably confident and strong at most stations within Hyrox. And I feel like when you start, obviously you might implement rest times between stations, or your transitions are just naturally a bit slow as you catch your breath. For me right now, I'm building that ability to work at high intensity with quick transition, but you're not at that point where you're about to blow up. It was now Wednesday, and after a hard double threshold day, it was time to chill out a little bit. We went out for our morning run, and the session was 3 kilometers at 5 minutes per kilometer pace, followed by 2 kilometers at 4 minutes per kilometer pace. Repeat that twice, and of course we had a nice 10-minute warm up, 10-minute warm down, some good volume, lower heart rate work. And that was followed up by an evening long bike session where we did 20 minutes at 220 watts, followed by 10 minutes at 260 plus watts. Again, repeat that twice with a good 10-minute warm up, 10-minute warm down. Nice low average heart rate with that big emphasis on building that aerobic base again. Now it's time for Thursday, where we're going to ramp up the session again. Right, so lads, it is now time for another big training day, and I can't lie, I've just popped out to the shops. We've run out of electrolytes and a couple of little bits that we need, and we have got another threshold session. Again, like a big thing for Hyrox is the speed endurance and just the intensity endurance. Not only are we looking to become faster, but faster over longer distances and longer durations. But I don't know if any of you out there that are training for Hyrox, but I am like the worst for it. Like, I'll look at all the top guys, I'll go onto their Stravas, I'll look at what heart rate are they averaging at what speeds, but also like their 5 kilometer times, 10 kilometer times. The main thing is with these top guys is not necessarily like the max speed and how actually fast they are, it's how fast they are over longer durations. And then obviously with Hyrox, jump straight into a station. Now we are going to be running outside today, but it's really difficult for me to record myself in a session. So I do actually have the exact same session that I'm about to complete outside on the road done inside on a treadmill when it was really rainy and wet. The weather's actually been decent in the UK this week, so we're going to get the carbons on and we're going to go outside. The session is going to be 4 times 5 minutes at threshold type pace. With that being said though, we are outside Asda right now. We're going to get home, smash the session. You're going to see the same session on a treadmill. Yeah, let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Did you ever want it? Did you want it back? Oh my, it tears me apart. Did you ever fight it? All of the pain, so much pride running through my veins.
So Thursday evening is actually my team training day. Obviously I play at a good level of semi-pro football, but naturally the sessions we cover good distance and it's always quite high intensity as well. I won't go into too much detail because I have my football socials for that, but it's a good little blow and a perfect second session of the day. Hi, Shu.
Good.
Is it hitting the DJI thing?
Huh?
Hitting the mic?
Yeah. Enjoying yourself there, mate.
It's a good angle.
Yeah. No, it's always good angles on me.
It's you.
Nice to give you a pressure.
I seek you out, flay you alive. One more word and you won't survive.
It's not heavy,
course,
but
I
just
fucking
focusing
will.
on the range.
Of course it'll be alright for me.
Nice.
What we saying, lads?
Do you want the wooden?
This guy's just been to Africa for a month. How are the zebras? Man's been riding lions and that. Come on.
Let it burn, let it rip. And again.
Right, so boys, that is gym session secure. Just a nice strength session with the bro. We got a match day tomorrow, so I don't want to go too crazy because we've got match day tomorrow after a big week of training, and then Sunday is our long run day, and normally we double that up with like a nice long bike as well, depending on the distance and how we feel on the run. Now obviously our football matches are high in volume, high speed running, change of direction, so there's a big load on the body. So today we're focused on mobility, recovery. We did our strength sessions. Normally on Fridays is sparring day with the boxing classes that I get involved with. My brother is a boxing coach. But I think today what we're going to do instead is we're going to go to the steam room sauna spot, really dial in our recovery, our nutrition, make sure that we finish the week strong, make sure that we can perform tomorrow at the match, and then still get our long run in on the Sunday. So with that being said, we're going to put the chins on. What we got? Bit of poser, not too bad. And we're going to get home, continue with the day. It was now Saturday and time for our match day. Now, football works really well for me currently with my training because it gives me the chance to really push my max heart rate. And I'll put some data on the screen of like my typical GPS scores in terms of the amount of high speed running, sprints. The only thing I will say is this is where if you're an athlete that's looking to train more often, build your body's ability to cope with more load, later in the weeks when you're building up your sessions, this is where you really see how dialed in you are of your recovery and nutrition. Also things like your injury prevention sessions, especially for me, the explosiveness and the high intensity, the change of direction with the football. I haven't showed it much in this video, but they're so important to get done to make sure, again, you can continue to train hard and train often. With that being said, depending on how I feel after these Saturday games, depending on how many minutes I play, 8 times out of 10, I'll head to the gym later that evening, make it another double training day and get in a Hyrox sim type session that you're about to see. The truth is though, my weeks change a lot because of football, my midweek games, any little knocks or niggles I get from my matches, which can be difficult, but it's about being flexible, understanding your body, knowing when you can push. With that being said though, with match day done, it's now time to get to the gym to get our Hyrox specific session in. Here we go. It's a late night gym session, 9 PM on a Saturday. There's one other person here right now in the gym. Lads, we're going deep today, man. Like, I'll be real. Like, I've been setting up the playlist in the car before we entered. There's a mixture of deep songs and some crazy songs. A lot of our focus has been on the low heart rate stuff. So like with football and protecting my body from football and wanting to build up the kilometers, I haven't done any crazy Hyrox specific sessions in a minute. Like, and that's where I was kind of going wrong before. All my sessions were Hyrox specific, and yeah, I went through a good learning curve, but then I kind of reached a point where I was like, not plateauing, but the progress that I wanted and needed wasn't really there. Now we're really separating it, obviously, stripping it back, building that aerobic base, threshold runs, basically becoming a runner, and that's essentially what Hyrox is. Like, I've watched a lot of the top guys now, and the ones that are doing like YouTube videos and that, you get quite a big insight into like their mindset and approach to it, and it is essentially training yourself to be a runner while simultaneously becoming strong, athletic, and then obviously doing those Hyrox specific sessions where you combine the two. Right, so it is now time for our Hyrox specific session. Now, do remember that we did have a game earlier today, and I would have probably already put the data of that game on the screen, but this is something that I'm actually super gassed about in terms of our progression in Hyrox, and that is our body's ability just to cope with more load, to train more often, to have higher outputs and intensities, to get double sessions done frequently, even triple sessions if we're including strength work. And especially in a session like this, if you were to look at me do the same session like a few months ago, yes, we're probably pushing similar weight on the sled, which is 210 kilos, a little bit above pro race weight, but in terms of the intensity and how quickly we're actually getting each station done, including transitions, it would have been a lot less. I did actually make a video on the YouTube that was a full Hyrox simulation within the gym. And I think we got a 56-minute 57, and of course that is without rock zones. But honestly, I know for a fact that if we were to repeat that again, our time would be significantly quicker. A lot of that comes down to our running work. Naturally, coming into this kind of Hyrox journey, I was a heavier athlete, had that natural running ability over short distances, that power and strength. But again, like I've mentioned throughout this entire video, the ability to hold like a good intensity for longer periods of time is something that you have to train and improve at, especially if you don't come from that natural endurance background. I know how some people on their Hyrox journey, they have that natural endurance and potentially don't have the strength and power for some of the stations. For me, it feels like the other way around. Like, we have the strength and power, it's just the ability to hold that for longer periods of time. But I feel like we're in a good spot where we are right now. We are going to continue to document the journey, and this is a session that I love to use just to keep myself in check. We don't particularly change anything crazily. It's more about focusing on increasing the intensity. Things like the row and the ski, like we've actually made quite good progression on that also, just through interval work, working at above race pace. And now we feel like we can actually recover at a good speed. For example, the row, we're kind of recovering and feeling comfortable at the 145 per 500 meters, and the ski, very similar, 145, maybe slightly above to the 150, and we feel really comfortable there. But overall, there's still a lot of work to do, and there's different areas that I want to improve on. But in general, I feel like we've made a good start, and we're going to continue working hard. So let's get it. Yes, people, so we are currently out on our slow long run. These ones are like more of a mental battle in terms of like boredom, but choosing different routes, music, AirPods, whatever you need. But we are currently 11.2 kilometers of the way through. I think we're going to do like a nice easy 15k today. We've kept our heart rate around the 135 mark, and really at this point it's more like, yes, conditioning the aerobic base. It's also just like getting the legs used to the volume of longer runs, more kilometers per week. And of course, on top of all the other training, it definitely is something you have to build up and slowly increase over the weeks. But as you've probably seen from like this week of training, our aerobic base is like a big emphasis right now. I've probably mentioned it so many times. The types of feelings you get from the longer, slower base training is completely different to the more short, sharp pace you get from football or from speed work. And that's actually probably been the toughest thing. Like, not that it's been crazy hard, but more just like really long and boring. We're getting there though, and we're starting to enjoy it a lot more. Got to keep it moving, keep progressing each week, and see where it takes us.